YouTube, we are back with another lesson. Today is Friday. It's the end of the trading week. I hope everybody had a good week in the markets. I had a decent week myself. Anytime I close profits in the week, it's a decent week. I don't care if it's one trade, two trades, three trades. Whenever I'm extracting profits from the market, it's a successful week. I'm just go over some trades I'm in, what I'm planning to do, what I'm looking at, and I also want to talk about why anyone who watches this video will never be able to trade like me. Not in a bad way or not in a cocky way, but I just want people to understand that everyone has their own personal trading style and not everyone's style fits the same. But without further ado, let's get into this video, man. Let's go. So, before we start, actually, let's see what the news did today, man. Cause NFP came in hot today, a little hotter than expected. Hourly earnings came in a little hotter than expected as well. Then Canadian had some good employment news, but their employment rate also went to 7%, which I really don't like. However, I am in EuroCAD shorts because I like that euro weakness and I want to take advantage of some potential, temporary Canadian strength. But NFP came in hot, so US dollar did get a little spike. It kind of messed me up, which I'm gonna show, because I'm in a GBP USD trade right now. But even though it came in better than expected, I'm still not liking the US dollar. I'm still not liking all this previous news we had over the past few weeks on the US dollar. It's not been looking good. So even though we had a good NFP report, not even really good, it's still worse than the last report. So it still went from 147 to 139, but it did beat forecasts. So we could expect some slight temporary momentum, but overall I am still weak on the dollar. I'm not liking the dollar. And when I go to my Edge Finder software right here, which I talk about a lot, this is a software I use to pick out the best probability trades for me and my system. I'm gonna go over here to the economy surprise meter. US dollar is still at a 38%. It's still at a 38%. I don't like that. 38%, because overall news relative to forecast has been coming in weaker than expected. So that one positive NFP report really doesn't sway me like that, So, but yeah, besides that though, I am in Aussie cat buys, which are negative. So, Canadian strength is kind of killing me on this trade. We can see in my journal, I am down $660. So I'm down 660 on Aussie CAD. You guys see I have like a standard 0.30 on it total since 660 in drawdown. That's not that bad. I'm satisfied with the position. I'm going to continue to hold that position until we start to see a reversal, and I'm going to hold this into profit, and I will wait. Even if it takes another week, another 2 weeks, I will wait and I will close profits. I'm also in Euro Aussie sales just because I entered this earlier when I was more bullish on the Aussie. I'm not super bullish on the Aussie right now, but I am bearish on the Euro, which is why I still don't mind holding this, and it's actually starting to come back, so it's looking good. We go to my journal, I am $177 in drawdown. That is very good. Pretty much almost a break even. Pretty much considered a break even, $100. Euro Aussie seems to be breaking out of this trend line, this upward trend line. So looks like structure is changing. I'm seeing the lower low, the lower high. If we come and make a new low, that's confirmation that structure may be changing to the downside. So I would definitely be even more enticed to hold this thing way to the downside for sure. And I think we really could come and test this little liquidity zone of support right here for sure. This is where I'm got my profit target set, and unless something really changes on the euros end, I don't see myself closing this. Same with EuroCAD. I want to take advantage of this euro weakness but also some temporary Canadian strength because I am in Aussie CAD buys. And since I'm in Aussie CAD buys, I like to sometimes hedge myself with other trades on the opposite end to capture some of that profit. Because why, if I'm losing on the pair, if Canadian's strong, why would I just sit in Aussie Canadian drawdown when I could sell another pair towards the Canadian dollar and make money? I can just make money in both sides on the same pair. You see what I'm saying? And then if I want to, I will trim some of the losses from Aussie CAD with profits from Euro CAD if applicable. You know what I'm saying? Even then, like in this case, I'm probably going to close profits on Euro CAD and I won't even touch Aussie CAD because I still have full faith Aussie CAD is heading back to the upside. I just know how Aussie CAD moves. I've been trading that pair for a long time. I'm not worried about losing money on that trade. Euro GBP, we have a similar thing, except pound is really strong and euro is really weak. So I like this trade even more to the downside. So I'm in 3 euro trades. I'm taking advantage of 3 euro trades right now. All small positioning, as you guys can see. If it came way against me, $1,000 in drawdown. And if it came way against me, way against me, we are looking at 3,500 in drawdown. So me not using a stop loss, right? Seeing if it goes way against me right now, I'll only be 3,500 in drawdown, makes me really happy, makes me satisfied to know no matter what happens on this pair, I'm good. I can keep scaling in. I can weigh my options, see if I want to hedge myself, see if I want to hold this and add. How do fundamentals look? What's the macro perspective looking like? When you control your risk and don't use a stop loss, you have so many options to explore instead of just stopping yourself out and losing money. It allows me to be flexible with my approach. It allows me to sit and observe market data and think, what should I do next? Which is why I don't use a stop loss, which is why I dollar cost average, which is why I let myself go into how much drawdown? From 100 pips of drawdown all the way to, in this case, 300 pips of drawdown, which is, this is Euro GBP, so this is how it moves. It's not much. That's really nothing. 300 pips of drawdown, that's actually pretty pathetic if you ask me. 300 pips, that's it? All right, so next we have GU. I entered this trade a few days ago off US dollars bad unemployment news because it was actually good and I was in profit for a minute. But it kind of just went against me this morning with that positive NFP report, which is expected, but that's super fine. I'm not worried. I was about $600 in drawdown. You see it's kind of getting rejected at this key level right here. Looks like, I don't know if we reverse. I think we reverse. Overall, I'm still bullish on pound Aussie, which is why I'm holding it. And if it did come down to this level, I would add pretty heavily right here and try to take this to the upside and close for a decent profit. That's my plan as of right now, unless something crazy changes, like I said, economically, that changes my bias. But if I go to the edge finder, we see pounds at 86%. Let me move my, oh, you guys can see it up here. We see pounds at 86%. We see US dollars at a 38%. 38% on the US dollar. That is no bueno. No bueno. And look at Canadian dollar. Canadian dollar with the 83%. So I'm definitely gonna take advantage of this Canadian strength right here on Euro CAD for sure. I'm no longer in New Zealand trades. I will, if potential setups come about, I will enter some New Zealand trades again. But as of right now, I am not liking anything on the New Zealand side either. So those are the few shorter term trades I'm in. I am holding a position in Swiss yen, but I've said before, no point. I plan to hold that for another month potentially, so I'm not really worried about Swiss yen. I'm more worried about these euro trades. I'm really trying to hit on these euro trades. I can see this hitting within this next week. Today is Friday, so it can't hit today, but within this next week for sure, I can see myself closing out on all these euro trades. GU and ACAD, to be announced. We'll see. We'll see how those look potentially next week. And Aussie CAD is making some new structure that I'm really liking. So we will see. I'm loving. We've been retesting this key level. We're failing to make any new lows. So this is very interesting. It's very interesting. So if we get a breakout to the upside, your boy will be back in profit. And just like that, all it took was patience, man. All it took was patience. And so now that we're done going through my own personal trades, I just want to talk about why you will never be able to trade like me. Even though I'm showing you everything I'm doing, I'm showing you exactly how much deep drawdown I will go in, you'll still never be able to trade like me. And this isn't bad. This isn't a bad thing. You can trade similar to me, but what I'm saying is when you're trading in these markets, the one thing that made me profitable, the one thing that helped me was understanding that everybody trades different. You gotta find a style that caters to your personality, that helps you, that you're confident in. Like me, I'm confident. If I go into drawdown, I know I can get out of it. That's why I prefer this trading style. You have to find your trading style. Hopefully, my approach helps you in finding a trading style, but this is the way I trade. Most people won't even be able to handle all this drawdown. The drawdown you go through, the waiting the weeks for your trades to hit sometimes a month or two. Most people won't be able to handle that, and that's fine. You gotta find a trading style that fits you. Find something that fits you, keep it simple, control risk, and I'm telling you, the game will be so much easier for you. So much easier. Because even myself sometimes, I switch it up. When I scale into some trades, I might use a stop loss. Sometimes I do use a stop loss. It's not black and white. You gotta find that style that's gonna fit the way you trade, your personality, how you are. Are you patient? Are you able to hold through drawdown so you can avoid all those losing streaks that most people go through? Because it's not easy. As simple as it looks, it's not easy. So just keep that in mind. Keep that in mind when you're watching YouTubers. Keep that in mind when you're watching me. Keep that in mind when you're finding your approach to trading, because everyone has their own approach to trading. With all that being said, that is it for the video, man. If y'all appreciate it, hit the like button below. I'm gonna enjoy my weekend, hit the gym, watch the finals, and I will catch you guys on Monday. Let's go.